Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 10 of the N-word, where it's not ninjas, it's nerd.
Is it ninjas? I thought we were going with nerdcation. Okay, ninjas it is.
Ninjacation.
Ninjacation. Well, we
ninjas.
can record our nerdcation.
Yes, we could film the nerdcation.
That sounds awesome. So I brought up to the group that
we're all here, by the way.
Yeah,
we're all not
You know
hosts.
who we are.
I brought up to the group that we should just take a day where we all have a day off and just sit in a basement for 24 hours with TVs and just do as many video games as humanly possible. And so
video games and board games and
all the
Robert
games.
has horrendous handwriting.
Oh no, he does.
they're making fun of my handwriting right now. That little side of the conversation that's going on.
It is horrendous.
Is it? Let me see.
This makes great.
I thought that said Tron Theater.
Oh,
makes great.
I think
it's
it's all right.
Radio, guys.
I think it's all right. I had to this just the other day. I had to write a police report, and I was making sure because I don't write anymore. I type, and I had to make sure that my handwriting was just super perfect and precise, and that the cops thought that I was a nice person giving this witness. I don't know what I was thinking. I've never written out a police report before.
Well, why don't you start with the reason that you had?
Oh yeah,
So please indulge us on that.
So I just recovered from the worst weekend ever, which is why I'm not hosting, because I'm also recovering from a sickness that I just kind of got, and so I'm also super tired. Anyways, this weekend we had the Iron Throne at TradeSmart, and which was super cool, and I can post a picture on the Nerdword, the Facebook page, because.
Can I just say the Iron Throne looked less iron than I thought it would have?
It looks less iron than you think, which we've been assured that it had the screen time, but we think that it was an Iron Throne that they used and shot from a distance, because from a distance it looks fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. When you're up close, you see that it's been painted, and it looks kind of plasticky. It's less irony than you would think.
Well, when you're hauling it from place to place, you want to use the lightweight one.
I don't know. I think I figured out that the CEO of the company was in another company that made the prop design for the Iron Throne, and so they had some rights to it, and they decided that they wanted to take it on a tour while they weren't filming with it. So that's kind of what happened, and so we got it here at TradeSmart, and there were lots and lots of people on Saturday. It was a Friday and Saturday thing, but more people came on Saturday because it was a weekend. Anyways, so day of hell, 8-hour shift. And it's it's 5, and I'm still sick, and I'm really tired, and, I go over to the video game section of the store, and in the video game section are 3 Hispanic men with...
I see where this is going.
With 3 black trash bags.
Oh my god.
They have broken open the display case and are now packing the trash bags with PS4s. Oh, it's hilarious for you.
Is that what you said? It's completely okay for you to steal it because it's trending nowadays.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Okay.
I was because stealing shit is trending now, apparently.
It's been trending for a while.
It's been trending for a while. And of course, the one day that they decide to steal from Edward, and by Edward I mean TradeSmart as a whole.
How the fuck do they think they're going to get away with that? I'm just walking out with this trash bag.
Well, the fact was, they did get away with it.
Retail stores, associates are not allowed to stop.
Nope.
Oh, right.
It's That's one of the worst things about doing AP at Best Buy.
Mm-hmm. I got yelled at because I accidentally, quote unquote,
He's doing air quotes.
Tossed a baseball bat in front of someone's path who happened to be stealing about $500 worth of golf clubs.
Oh.
And I said, technically, I didn't touch the
person. Isn't that
person.
one golf club? I don't know golf.
It depends what brand and everything you're buying. They had a driver and a 9-iron, and that was worth $500.
Well, still, it's
I saw them booking it out of the store. I had a baseball bat that I was showing to a customer. I magically slipped it out of my grip in front of the guy's path, and he fell and hit his face and managed to knock himself unconscious. I don't know how.
You always have the best stories that always one-up mine.
I'm sorry, I don't try to.
I was I've just been through a traumatic experience.
I've lived longer.
And I'm having my moment, and Brennan's well, I did this one thing in a golf club.
I don't mean to one-up people, I've just lived an intriguing life.
Please tell me you screamed 4 when you screamed baseball bat
the customer like it was a total accident. Like, oh, I should have been wearing batting gloves because these things get slippery. And I just hear the manager get on the headset. And he's like, Brennan, you're not allowed to do that. What? It slipped out of my hand. You knew that guy was trying to steal those? I don't know what you're talking about.
See, even my story about this thing doesn't even come close to Brennan's. I just turned off the automatic door and just slammed it in their face at Best Buy.
Oh, nice.
That's a good way.
They're like, you can't stop them from leaving. I was like, watch me.
The fact was,
I had some children try and steal a mannequin's arm. That one, I just walked up to him and said, guys, I will beat you with it.
We had a girl come in and she drew a dick on Peyton Manning's face.
Well, okay.
Gotta make it real closer to life.
Yeah, it was like a big stand-up cardboard cutout of Peyton Manning. She drew a dick right below his chin, so it was just like right here.
Dick beard.
And then we made her clean it off, and then apparently they called the cops or whatever. Anyways.
I would have just made her buy it.
Hope she listens to this. You're an awesome person.
Yay!
Huzzah. Anywho's-bees. So
yes, Mexican.
They are Mexicans are throwing PS4s into trash bags. Because whenever I see people in TradeSmart, you always go, "Hey guys, what's going on?" But in this case, I went, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And they go, "Oh no, we're fine.
We don't need any help.
I'm like,
thank you.
Fuck you." And I don't say that.
I would have.
And when they see me, when one of them says that, and the other two look up and they go, "Oh fuck, let's get out," and they leave a few PS4s in the case, and they grab the trash bags and start running out. My instinct, because the first person I see because we always have LP, loss prevention, standing at the front. And there are 3 of them up there. There's usually only 1, and yet somehow there are 3. And the first one I see is Robert, and I say, "Hey Robert, what's going on?" And, sorry Robert. So I see you, and I'm like, "Robert, what's going on?" No.
And I'm like, hello!
Oh god, love
And that apparently wasn't cue enough for them to, but I believe by the time I said that, they were halfway at the door, because they were going pretty fast. And then,
racist joke here.
Insert racist joke.
But we're not gonna, so continue.
We're not gonna, okay. And so I ran up there, and, the LP manager had chased them out, and the other 2 had gone out, and they had a black SUV with no license plate.
Well, if you're gonna rob, grab and go, you gotta pick out
they
the plate
managed
first.
to. They were smart and they took their license plate, and they had gloves on too.
Don't compliment them.
If you're gonna steal, do it right.
If you're gonna steal, well, I suppose I can't be that happy that they did it because, I mean, they didn't steal the Xbox Ones. They stole the PS4s. If they had stolen the Xbox Ones, I'd be like, okay, just be quiet.
Get out of here.
Just go. Just go.
You know, but no, the PS4s. And apparently there were like 13 that were missing, and it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And so, yeah, I got to write up the police report. Apparently on the cage, because it was one of those where you when you lock it, it's like a bolt in front of the door to keep it from sliding.
Yeah.
And so when you unlock it, it pulls out the bolt and you can slide it over. Well, they had pulled the door and bent it so much that it dislodged the bolt from the slidey part, and they managed to get it through and onto the other door, and they just slid everything, and then they stole everything, and apparently there's a rumor spreading around my store that I had a panic attack and I was in tears, which I wasn't. I was like, guys, what just happened? Did that just happen? So that was, and then I got to write the police report. And then I got to write to the police, and because I was the only direct witness. But we did get some good clear shots of their face on the on the cameras too.
That's good.
Well, and more than likely, easiest way to track them is on the internet, looking for big amounts of people.
That's exactly what my managers are doing right
And
now. They're
then
looking
flea
on
markets.
Craigslist and stuff
Which,
like that.
and cops, my uncle is a detective and he handles a lot of, he goes to the flea market all the time on the job and just has a list of things that he's on the lookout for of things that got stolen like that.
Right. So that was my shit weekend. But there was nothing I could do.
No.
I tried to let LP know because I was just trying to calculate what was happening. and it just all fell apart, and we lost money. But anyways, the Iron Throne was a trade smart, and that was pretty cool.
And I would have wanted to sit on it more had I had worried that I would have gotten tetanus had I done it.
What?
Like if it was like actual, like legitly made out of like swords and shit,
swords
like
and
an
shit.
iron. If
You'd
I
be
was
like, I kind of want to sit on that and hope not that I don't die.
yeah, like a challenge. That I would have been like, yes, I will sit
Challenge
on this.
accepted.
But I'm like, no.
Iron Throne equals yes. It was just a hollow plastic thing, though. I did get a couple good sassy gay pictures, though.
I saw.
And then there was this super cute cat that came in dressed in a king costume. And the cat, and with the little crown and the little cape, and he sat on the Iron
What
Throne.
doesn't transfer very well through the microphone is the look of judging three of us are giving the world.
But kitties!
No, kidding.
Yes!
No.
Why are you all three
Stop
not... Are you all three
dressing
dog people?
your
I'm a cat
animals.
You're a cat person.
I'm not.
I'm a
I'm
dog
not-
I'm
person.
both.
I don't...
Tony
I
swings
don't-
both ways.
Yeah.
I'm highly allergic to cats, and they seem to know that.
Yeah, and so they just try and...
They go after me. You've seen Captain
No,
and
no,
Pearl.
No,
They're
they
They
smart.
target me because those little evil bitches know I'm allergic to them. No, cats are evil. Don't get me wrong, some of them are very adorable. Pearl's adorable. Captain's fat. Still
Captain's
adorable,
fat.
but
Captain's
fat.
super cute.
Sorry, Hannah, if you're listening, but he's
She's
fat.
not.
But your cat's
I'm
fat.
just a staunch. I'm just very much against dressing any animal up in
Right.
anything.
Let them keep their dignity.
Right.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, no, I'm very against. We used to have this woman at Dick's Sporting Goods who came in frequently with her two little miniature type dog thingies that were often dressed up, and she pushed them around in a stroller. And I mean, I don't mean just dressed up. Oh, that's kind of cute. I don't mean just
Tony's
dressed up.
showing us
I mean,
pictures.
these dogs wore sunglasses that went with their outfits.
I wish to say
This
that I've
woman
never seen that
thought
before.
that these dogs were her children. And don't get me wrong, I love animals. I'm a very avid animal lover. They are not people. They do not need to be dressed up,
Yep.
and they do not need to be treated like children. Hell,
Dogs are
most of
dogs.
the time, they're more intelligent than the humans I have to deal with.
Like us.
I'd say the only time that I accepted a dog being dressed up
I
is when
accept you.
our dog was, very, very young, and because he's a toy Leo, the people shaved him to look like a toy Leo, so he was fucking half naked in the wintertime. So we're like,
my
we're gonna put like a sweater on.
You're
you, so
gonna
you don't
die.
fucking die.
That's the way out there.
Facebook needs to stop asking me to be friends with your dog.
Yeah, seriously. Fuck your dog.
We didn't
Every
make
time
that
I log
Facebook
in,
page.
are
I
you
hate your
friends
dog,
with
though.
Wick, or
I've
do you
only
know
seen him,
Wicket
like, twice.
Argo? I've never seen the dog in person.
I have seen the Arco
Never
dog
seen it.
like twice, and every time it's like...
It looks like
It makes a
Yipper.
dog sound really sassy.
I wish my dog did.
Well, gay men are just reincarnations of cats and black women.
Yes, we've
That's
already
my
covered this.
Cthulhu dog.
Cthulhu dog.
Hound of Pindalus. Before we get too far from the trademark,
You've got an
subject, I feel like
interesting
I should
dog
live
brain.
up- I feel like I should live up to my nickname and just say, you work with several cute ladies.
I do. I do have cute ladies
Oh, the
that work
slut.
with.
Yeah.
Like Jarko?
Fuck you.
And I must
not my
also
type.
say that the Game of Thrones nerds, the male ones, are the hottest nerds I've seen thus far.
You were
They
saying that.
tend to be. They tend to be.
My mom,
It's all because of the gay king.
yeah, and the gay
night.
prostitute that's there. Oh, Oliver, what's his fuck? Oh, he's hot. And he's full frontal nudity, and that's just okay.
Oh, Game of Thrones. I was thinking Tradesbar. I was like, I don't know.
No, I was talking about Game of Thrones.
What aisle does he hang out in?
Dragon
What
titties.
aisle?
Woo!
I've only seen the first and second season.
Mm-hmm.
I've read the books.
Tony and I have only seen the
I
first
skimmed
3 episodes.
Skims the books.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it's-
because George R.
Oh
Martin
my
is
God.
such a long... And didn't we talk about this last
Yeah,
time?
we did.
We did. But, yeah. So, no, but seriously, lots of really hot guys the last few days. It's been very pleasant. I'm happy.
Game of Thrones is kind of like the jockey nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not one to judge, speaking as someone who's played multiple sports and gotten trophies that we earned, not because we showed up.
Participation trophy.
John and I happen to be the generation just before the participation trophies. We witnessed our siblings I point to you just because you're his sibling.
And
Generation getting trophies just for showing up. I showed up to a karate tournament, and I took
Cobra Kai Dojo?
8th place, and I was
Ninjas.
avidly upset that I got a medal. Because I told my mom, I was like, I don't deserve this, please give it back to them. I took 8th place, that's not something worth noting. And my mom was like, that's fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, like you could walk away from field day back in elementary school having no ribbons.
Right. Mm-hmm. You didn't get shit just for showing up. And
You got sunburned.
I don't necessarily say that's what's wrong with the younger generation, but it's not helping.
We mean younger than you two.
Okay.
Sure.
We're
Try to be nice
we're
here.
a bad generation. We are.
Well, our generation isn't that much better.
No, we're not.
I just feel weird about hitting on the hot guys at Trade Smart because I'm like an
I know.
associate, and I'm like, well, that could be
Use your
misconstrued as.
position of power.
I don't want to do that though. I don't want them to be like straight,
Sometimes-
you know?
Sometimes the customers try to abuse your position.
That's never happened to me, much to my dismay.
You're still young. Wait for it. When I worked at Express, guys and girls, both sexes. Sometimes I worked in the women's section, and I had this one woman ask me to tell her how her jeans fit, and I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Step on out." She wasn't wearing a top with her jeans,
Oh,
and she's like, "How do they look?" And I'm like, "The jeans."
These make my boobs look like boobs.
just because I'm gay doesn't mean that boobs don't exist, and that's
Right,
inappropriate.
and I just kind of put my hand up during that area. I'm like, the jeans are a little tight fitting. If you would like to go up a size, and that
That's the
apparently
wrong
insulted her.
Talk to the two straight guys. You say the jeans look fine and move on.
I really
look
just
fine,
wanted
move on.
her back in the dressing room. And then I had another guy who said, "Can you help me with the zipper?" Me not thinking what the hell he might mean. I opened the dressing room, and he's butt-ass naked. Bent over.
Why doesn't that happen in Thenword?
Trust me, this was not the guy that you want that to happen with.
Oh,
Where
okay.
you work, it'd be like, "Hey, can you help me with this zipper?"
Captain Sweatpants.
You're totally gonna have someone at some point just be in some aisle and be like, "Hey man, I've got a
I
question
find
about
there's
the
some.
wiener queen."
Oh god, that happens though. Like, there's this. I'm sorry if you're listening, dude, but you brought this upon yourself.
Oh, God.
There's this one guy that always comes in and he always wants like all the anime. And anime nerds are the creepiest fucking
They
people.
are. They are.
Okay,
Don't
sorry.
get me wrong. I like some anime.
AJ's one of them.
AJ,
He's the ruler.
I went to anime club when it was first established in our high school, and I closed the door and walked right back out.
Yeah, no. But they're like they're horrible. And it was this one guy I was making a birthday present for a friend that I was not dating. That's how we'll describe that. And I was getting a present for him, and so I was wrapping this present up in like tags. Like price tags, but of porn that we had in the store. Because yes, Trade Smart sells porn.
It does.
I was like, that's a pleasant gift. Like,
Where?
silly wrapping.
It's in the adult section of the videos,
It's
right
in the
near
videos.
the
Special
children
interest,
section.
top shelf, mature section.
Yes,
Is it like nerd?
Walk
themed?
down the hall till you see Womb Raider.
it's towards the back where all the discount
Genital
videos are.
hospital.
Okay.
And then there was these anime titles, and I was like, hey, I'm stuck here at the front counter. Can one of the floor associates bring me some anime porn? And so he did, and then we're like looking at it. I'm like, oh, I think I like this one. I'm gonna scan this in and print out a whole bunch of tags. And this anime guy that I've been talking about, he comes up and he's like, oh yeah, that one. Like he recognizes the anime porn. Few days later, I'm like in.
No, sir, they all have tentacles.
We're all like, okay. This guy is like, he always wears a shirt that's 2 sizes too small, and it's not flattering at all. He's very bulbous in places, and he has really, really long black hair down to like his waist.
I've seen him.
And
In Trade
And
Smart,
it
I have
always
seen him.
looks greasy and gross and long and like very straight.
Well,
And so,
he's a white dude, and white dudes
no,
should
he's
not...
like a Hawaiian dude.
Oh. I guess
Yeah,
I'm thinking of
he's
someone
like,
else.
or maybe he's white and he just looks really fucking weird. But that's this guy. And
White guys
I'm really,
should not do
I'm
long
so,
hair.
I'm so judgmental. I'm sorry, but
No, we didn't notice.
Okay. And so a few days later, I'm in the restroom washing my hands, and this guy comes in, and this same guy, he wets down a hairbrush and is like combing it through his hair to make sure that his hair is wet enough to proceed throughout the day. And it occurs to me, it occurs to me that this guy thinks that it is fashionably sensible to always have wet hair 100% of the time, all the time.
Okay.
And that's the end of my story. That's where I'll leave it.
Well, that covers Iron Throne / Edward Misadventure as our topic list.
What do we have, topic keeper?
Should we go to movie quotes?
Favorite movie quotes?
Favorite movie quote?
Fuck, I didn't think of an answer.
I actually wrote a few in
some of the most memorable ones.
Okay,
They don't have to be favorite.
If somebody asks you if you're a god, god damn it, you say yes.
God damn it, Ray, tell him you're a god.
Ghostbusters. Love Ghostbusters.
Aliens, get away from her, you bitch. And or game over, man.
Game over.
It won't last 17 hours.
I've had this one quote stuck in my head from Kill Bill Volume 1, where Lucy Liu says, "The price you pay for bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negative is, I collect your fucking head."
I love Lucy Liu.
I love Lucy Liu in that movie.
I'm not a fan of her in the Elementary series. Where
Yeah, that was, but that's just because Elementary's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like that show at all.
Yeah.
There are some intellectual things that they actually tie in that are like, okay, that's actual hard science. But for the most part, the storyline is dull, and really, you just should watch Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock. I mean,
Yeah.
he is fantastic.
And there's that one quote from Fight Club that I said the other day, where it was, it's Edward Norton, and he says, "Marla Singer, she's like that cut on the roof of your mouth that would heal if only you could stop tonguing it, but you can't."
We've all been there.
That just gives me like an
I love
English
the part
quote
where
gasm.
he just beats the snot out of the little blonde pretty boy. And
Jared
he just turns,
Leto!
Yeah.
Aw.
And he turns
The
to Brad
Joker.
Pitt and he's
The
like,
Joker!
I just wanted to destroy something beautiful. I had chills. My favorite quote.
I literally
Jack
got a
Nicholson
boner from that.
From Batman.
Sorry, did I
Move
say
away.
that out loud?
Yeah, she did.
You can't spell slaughter without laughter. Love that movie. Love Jack Nicholson as the Joker. However, Heath Ledger, phenomenal Joker. Very upset that it drove him insane and he killed himself because of it. But phenomenal Joker.
Do we want to use that as a transition to talk about the new Suicide Squad casting and Jared?
Do you have a memorable quote that you can think of?
No.
I just learned that today
I like Kevin Bacon.
a quote from 22 Jump Street is just turned into a fucking meme.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
I haven't even seen it.
And I've been seeing all
And
these
it's
memes,
everywhere.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this from? And then I searched, and I was like, oh, I saw this movie. My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Well, and I know one of John's favorite quotes is Allons-y.
Allons-y.
And I do
Allons-y,
enjoy
Alonzo.
fantastic. So there's
Okay.
some Whovian nerdism.
Uh-huh.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Brennan's comic book corner of the night.
So the Suicide Squad is based off of DC Comics. They are creating a movie off of it. That's part of the phase of DC is going, which is kind of strange since DC has invested some decent amount of money into the Arrow and the Flash series. The Flash series, this is its first season, but the Arrow series has been phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Stefan Amell, if you ever hear this, you signed an autographed photo of you, and I think you're absolutely gorgeous.
Anyways,
I'm getting the vapors.
Sorry, we're gonna bring it back to neutral.
You just straight up the...
Okay,
anyways,
well, the Canary.
Yeah.
The Canary is hot, both versions.
Oh.
I like
But the...
Smoke more, but...
Felicity Smoke? Oh. I like Felicity Smoke. I would do Felicity. Oh.
Get in line.
At the panel, there was the chick who plays the Canary and Stefan Amell, and they called Felicity. Just to let the nerds, like, have a little nerdgasm. They just put her on speed dial, and they're like, she's like, hey, how's it going? Where are you? They're like, we're in Denver. She's like, oh, that's What?
Anyways, Brennan,
but the Suicide Squad.
Would you consider for our for our uneducated viewers, such as myself, would you consider the Suicide Squad basically the villainous Justice League?
In a sense, yes. And on occasion, some heroes, heroes, anti-heroes, and then just some B-line characters have popped up in the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad is a kind of a fun thing to play with as far as movies and everything, because you can alter the characters. Many people in the DC universe have been a part of the Suicide Squad. So I can see how it would play well as a movie. I think it would play better as a TV series, personally. I think having Will Smith as Deadshot is... Personally, I think Will Smith is a very good actor.
I think Will Smith is a great actor.
His children, not as much. But
poor James.
Will Smith,
They're very intelligent people, though.
they just say
have
really
respect
stupid
for-
shit. Jaden particularly. And I thought Jaden did really well in that one movie with Will
After
Smith.
Earth?
Yeah,
Never saw it.
I liked that movie. But I do enjoy that they are putting more minority characters into roles that aren't necessarily traditional minority characters. And a lot of this is because the DC universe and the Marvel universe have existed for the last 75 years, and because of which not a whole lot of minority characters have been portrayed in the comic books, and when they do, they're usually not as popular characters. Deadshot is a very popular villain, so to put a minority actor in that role, I think is an intriguing move. I'd like to see how Will Smith plays it. I think Will Smith can do the job where other black actors might not be able to do it.
But the fact is that it shouldn't matter his race or not. Like
Right.
that shouldn't contribute to it.
It should be the character storyline and how they
development,
portray
his acting of it, and we're just gonna have to wait and see how he does it.
Exactly. And I think that's great that these movies are finally starting to get into that mindset, where a lot of the times, because there was talk of the Amazing Spider-Man having a black character play him, and a lot of people freaked the fuck out, and they're like, Peter Parker wasn't black. However, in the comic books, there is a Spider-Man who is black. And it's like, calm your tits. Like, as long as they portray what the character is about, that's all that should matter. Same thing with Ezra
Miller.
Miller, thank you. Portraying the Flash. I would love to see them use the TV series more so into that storyline, but I can see using other things, and people are freaking out because, well, Barry Allen's not gay. That doesn't matter. He's not playing a gay character just because he's an openly gay actor. Look at frickin' Neil Patrick Harris playing Barney Stinson. He's playing the most, like, womanizing sluts there is. No offense, John. And he is very much a gay man.
Yes.
A gorgeous gay man. So yes.
I read today Mark Hamill is reprising his role as the Trickster, and he'll be on The Flash.
Yes.
Lovely.
I read that as well.
Sorry.
I think Mark Hamill should be utilized in multiple roles, because he is the voice of the Joker.
And who she should play? Luke Skywalker.
I think he did that.
Oh, good point. You judge me, that's fine, I don't care.
So what if Harrison Ford reprises his role in the new Star Wars?
As Han Solo.
And he actually plays Jabba the Hutt.
What if
Jabba's
that
dead.
happened?
Yes, he is.
Layla
I don't know
killed
how-
him.
But in the George Lucas edition, there's 8 of them.
Boba Fett's not dead.
It's true. Well, Boba Fett's also a clone, though. Well, the clones were made out of Boba Fett.
They're not making clones anymore, though.
So they claim.
I saw this towel set on ThinkGeek.com.
That's what they claimed when Dolly the sheep died.
It's this towel set where one towel has Leia, and it says, I love you, and the other one has Han, and it says, I know.
And then it ties into our movie quotes.
Yes, that ends our movie quotes.
I know.
Migrating into space.
Space.
Because it's Star Wars. Star Wars involves space.
Lightsaber claymores.
Doesn't involve grammar, apparently.
Nope.
Fuck that shit.
Well, there was Yoda.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I have I'm trending right now because, like, I'm just gonna be really selfish about this. I'm gonna be like, well, ever since I've been into space, which was like 2 weeks ago, everyone else on Earth has been into space, and now space is like a huge thing.
Can you please say I was into space before it was cool?
I was into space before it was cool. Now just like add that to all of the things, gif it, whatever.
I was into space when it was the Big Bang Theory before the black hole theory. Just saying.
I'm judging you.
Anyways, I was, because I got into Kerbal Space Progs. Kerbal Space Progs.
Oh, God.
It's so good. And so I've been really interested in space recently. And now NASA's been doing all of the things.
Orion!
They have been so busy the last 2 weeks, because they did Orion, and then it was, Voyager waking up, getting ready to pass, Pluto?
Yeah.
And then it's...
The Rosetta.
The Rosetta.
That wasn't NASA. That was...
Yeah, it was Europe.
Yeah.
One that has more funding than NASA because America
However,
is a bunch of shit
it
bugs.
did
Seriously.
bring a lot of attention to the NASA space program.
It did. And then today we had the discovery that there was a very large lake in this big crater on Mars.
Was.
Right.
Was or is?
Was.
Oh.
No, there's no water on Mars. But there was
There's ice.
water on Mars, on the Mars.
There could
Yes,
be water.
but we
under
should use
ground.
filters because it could end badly.
Yes, it could.
Beware of the water on Mars.
So, like,
Doctor Who.
today for the past few days, I've been doing all of the Wikipedia searches on, like, rovers and all the planets and things, and I was looking
Can I see your wrist? Don't use Wikipedia!
But
No.
Wikipedia!
A lot of things with Wikipedia I found, especially having to use it during my majors in college, rather accurate.
Yeah.
It's good. Wikipedia is okay to use as an initial starting point.
That's precisely what I was doing.
Okay.
I'm not
Then I
writing a fucking
retract
paper.
my slap.
Insert
Still hurts.
insert reverse sound of Brennan slapping my wrist here. I'm gonna edit that in. That's gonna be a thing. Anyways, so I was looking at Venus on the Wikipedias today, and there is this thing.
John's looked at Venus on the internet too.
I was going to say, it would have been funny if it was like, hey,
I'm
man,
sorry.
I looked at Uranus on your...
Uranus.
I typed in
before I
Venus and
spoke.
safe search was off, and it just didn't end well.
It's the planet Venus, but with a giant vagina right down the middle.
Edited with John having very sore wrist.
Insert baby crying sound here.
We need a soundboard.
We'll be like one of the FM radio talk show hosts. Oh God, can that please be our job? Oh God, please don't let that be our job. We'll miss it so much. Anyways, I was looking at Venus, and I discovered a very dark lightning-like thing called ashen light. And ashen light, it's not like a dangerous thing, per se, as dark lightning is, but it's just very mysterious. And I did not know about it. And today, let me tell you what ashen light is. It's the dark side of Venus. When you look at Venus, there is a light coming, like a very faint light coming from the dark side of Venus. And there's little to no explanation of why it's there. It's been presumed that the mixture of specific gases and chemicals in Venus's atmosphere would create some sort of luminescence or reflectiveness, but that isn't the case because it's too faint to even be seen through a telescope.
Okay.
So
How
that
are
was
they picking it up?
what?
How are they picking the light up then?
They probed Venus
Oh, that's fair.
right before going for Uranus.
Really? Wrong direction.
It's actually just a giant bioluminescent vagina.
Actually, just a giant bioluminescent vagina. That's it. And it's not like reflective light because it's the dark side of Venus. It's not. There's no light being reflected there because there's no light coming towards it. So it's just like this weird, unexplainable light emanating from Venus that no one has any explanation of. And I'm like,
Awesome.
life! Of course. I looked at every single planet and I created in my head some sort of reason that life could exist on all of the planets. and then I had novel ideas in my head.
We should talk. We'll write.
Theoretically, forms of life could exist, but it's
not
mostly
carbon-based life.
not carbon-based. It'd be microscopic forms and then very small entities that could sustain through such harsh conditions.
And titties.
And titties.
It's like how they theorized that there could be life in the clouds of Venus.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
precisely what we're talking about. Yeah.
Well, not Venus. Not Venus.
The gas giants.
No, not Venus. Fuck.
Jupiter?
No.
Neptune. No, it's one of the moons.
No.
No, the clouds. Then
Mars.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Mercury.
life in clouds in the solar system somewhere. And he's trying to figure
Titan?
No, Venus. I'm right. Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck. Anyways, but I'm also very happy that all of this things that are happening with NASA is sparking a lot of excitement from general people on social media, because it's been trending on Twitter and Facebook for like 2 weeks ever since NASA has started doing their Orion shit, and that makes me very happy because I kind of feel like we're entering maybe a new space age where we're actually excited about space.
Hope so.
I hope so
And
too.
we're
all fucked.
I was gonna
we're all
say,
fucked if we don't.
Yeah.
right?
And
we fucked up this planet so much, we're going to need to move off of it at some point.
And, like, it's just very fascinating how there is a natural curiosity about what else is there besides Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And we need that to, like, give more tax dollars to the NASAs.
Not,
and
1% of 1%.
get people to the
Mars.
Mars. And make all of the cool technologies happen. Because space technology, most of it goes back in some way or form to help out the civilization back on Earth. It's not just for going out into space. It's creating really awesome technology that we can use here.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
They just think NASA's just a sinkhole for money. But during the last space age, we got GPS, we got other things, we got pens.
Toothpaste.
So with the last space age,
Fucking pens and toothpaste and Tang.
with the last space age, though, there was such a high morale that the economy was at its best and politics were at their best. And
Nixon. Have
don't
politics
quote me.
ever
Don't
really
quote me
been
on
at
that.
their best yet?
No.
JFK.
But I think it's good for the general population, and I'm hoping that we're approaching some new kind of awesomeness with space and things. Space thingies.
Space cowboys.
So you said the planet with the light was Venus.
Venus, yes, Venus.
Why did you say gas giant?
Because you were talking about clouds, and I was
You were
like,
talking about clouds, and
you said, so does gas giants.
so do gas
They're made
giants.
of
I know, and
gas.
I said Venus, and then you said gas giants, and I got confused.
Well, because you said
And
no,
then
not
I'm
Venus.
sitting here like
Edward
trying
Head.
to figure out
Edward Head.
trying to figure out if I'm just like retarded that I can't figure out what Venus was, but I'm like, no, it's not a gas
Have you ever
giant.
thought about what it would be like just to go to Mars?
Yeah, you go.
You go.
You pull a Total Recall and your eyes
Yeah.
bulge out of your head like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We have to get to Mars.
Get to the top. Okay. So, moving off of Venus, Uranus, and all sorts of lights and all that, we didn't really talk about Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange yet.
It's
Benedict
official.
Cumberbatch.
Sherlock is going to be Doctor Strange. It's been officially confirmed
That's
as
fish.
well.
There's
As-
not one fish.
No.
It is official.
Official. Wasn't it official for a while?
Just
It was a rumor for a while.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's now been finally.
I looked up what Doctor Strange was because I'm not educated.
He's
at
the
all.
Sorcerer Supreme.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme, but it just looked
Comes
like
with sour cream.
okay.
I'd like his sour
Again, Edward Head. Edward Head.
I'd like
It just
Benedict
seemed like he was
Cumberbatch.
a really good magician.
So well,
here's Brennan.
Comic Corner. So Doctor Strange is somebody who started off as a physicist, and because of that, he was able to tap
Physicist.
into the mystic universe of the universe. The mystic forces of the universe, a lot of superheroes tend to, like, disbelieve, which is strange considering they have, like, supernatural abilities.
Come.
I showed them a fan art of Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, and apparently,
Edward needs clean shorts.
yeah.
I don't blame him nor judge. Like I said, I would let him come on my batch. So
Continue.
Doctor Strange is a very intriguing character. I think Cumberbatch is a fantastic actor, so I think he could play anything, and I would probably watch it.
Brenda Crash Cumberbund. Brandenburg Concerto No. 5. I have all of them. I have actually a picture frame of Benedict Cumberbatch nicknames in my room.
Lovely.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
So I
Thanks,
think it's
Kate.
phenomenal that he got named as a character. And his name is Stephen Strange. It was actually referenced during the Captain America Winter Soldier.
It was?
Yes, he was one of the names that popped up during the Hydra when the 3 hovercrafts were going in up. One of the names that they were going to target was Stephen Strange.
Oh.
So that was a little Easter egg for those who are
Those
paying
movies
attention.
are filled with Easter eggs.
Oh, tons and tons. And I love nerdgasm in them. My brother and I love going to nerdy movies. And since he's in the army, I haven't gotten to do that with him recently. But we'd start, like, slapping each other in the middle of the movie. Like, dude, did you see it? Did you see it? Yes, I saw it. Yes, I saw it. Oh!
I tried to do that to Tony during Interstellar. And
I
he goes,
can
"Shut
never
up,
watch
it's a
a
movie."
movie with you. I can never
Well,
watch a
then
movie
we
with
watched
you.
Scott Manley, and he explained why.
Fuck Scott Manley. He can just do everything.
John
on
is
fucking
kind of like a
Colonel Space Program?
stereotypical
Yeah.
black person when he watches movies.
What?
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
Oh,
hell
girl,
no.
don't go in there. Oh, girl, don't go in there. Oh,
John
hell,
was-
you gonna
you
get
know,
killed. You
I
gonna
have-
get killed.
I have watched a movie with John, and I gotta say he was not that bad.
Yeah?
There were a couple times when I was like, shut the fuck up, John. Yeah. But otherwise, like, it was a very good,
What
it was
did-
Birdman.
it was Maze Runner that you would not shut up during all of it. And I was going to slap you. Because I had read the book. and
I
was
can't
comparing
stand
it
it.
to
sitting there
trash.
going,
Teen fiction is stupid.
because that's
No.
what you would do.
I actually liked The Maze Runner, though, because there wasn't...
Because there was no stupid ass
there was
romance.
no stupid-ass romance, because it didn't call for it.
And they were just like, guys, we have to get out of here. It's like, oh,
It was...
You think?
It was
Teen fiction movies,
suggested...
I really liked it.
yeah.
Well, when the chick pops up, people are like, "Oh, it's gonna be a fucking teen romance."
It's like,
and then,
oh,
like
this is all
she's just
rape
kind of
related.
like,
Was I
a
the only one there that
sub-character.
thought gangbang?
I thought that too. I thought
well,
that
all
too.
of them were like, "Girl," and half the guys were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we've gotten by."
This was like, yeah, we've been
they all
fucking
turned
ourselves
themselves
for...
gay in time of need.
Prison rules.
That's the kind of camp I want to go to. Is the Maze Runner camp.
I did not get that summer camp.
Sorry that I'm like the horniest person on the podcast today, guys.
Well, you compete with the Slut and the Falcon in that category. So, nerdy role models.
Nerdy role models. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton's a good
Will
one.
Wheaton's been my most recent role model, and he's super cool. And I've been watching all of his things, and he has a really hot son.
That is true.
Will Wheaton.
Oh, I don't know. There's a couple, like I mentioned podcasts last time, so I'm going to go with a couple of the guys that I listen to podcast-wise, just the things that they've done, and they're just, yeah.
Who?
Who?
I don't think he wants to say because we're trying to get nerdy people, and these people almost every episode just sit there and go porn, porn, porn.
Not
porn.
every episode.
Okay.
But
Every
so do
other
we.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, the amount of
That's
sex
what-
we talk about.
On the first
We are
episode,
not
that's
ones
why
to
it's
judge.
not public yet.
The
We
first
are
We're
like
calling
ones
a
to
fox.
judge.
It'll show up later.
When we're less ashamed about it.
I'll admit some of them are nerds.
The Comedy Button podcast.
Okay.
There's 5 different guys in there, but I'll just lump them all together in their podcast.
Podcast wise, I like the Nerdist. As far as popular podcasting goes, Nathan Fillion,
Yes, hands down.
massive nerd himself, and played the captain
You know,
in Firefly.
I'm sorry, I do not
Have you
care.
finished watching Firefly and Serenity yet?
I haven't even fucking started.
I'm like, I was looking for him while I was like sick and
I'm
dead.
gonna have to give him back
Firefly.
because it's already on Netflix anyway.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's
Yeah.
It is.
So I might as well just do that. But
All 15 episodes
but-
in the movie.
Castle, which is like his most recent TV series, which is run much
So
longer
long.
than Firefly, unfortunately.
yeah, but I'm
But,
sorry, I just don't care for Nathan Fillion.
I have a Nathan Fillion story then.
Okay.
So, there's this thing that they do during Real Comic Con called the Nerd Machine. It's run by the guy that was Chuck. I forgot his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
Chuck.
Chuck. I know Chuck.
And it's just a fundraiser, and they do the whole thing. And Nathan Fillion was on it, and they do questions, and this girl had this question, and she's like, "This is the highlight of my weekend because on the way here, I lost all my luggage, my purse, my money, everything, so I've got nothing for this weekend." And she just wants to ask him this question, and he goes, "Hold on one second," hands her everything in his wallet, cash-wise, and then he goes, "Lunch is on me. When we're done here." And then he goes, "Okay, what's your question?" And she just reduced her to tears. And this man he's just a great person.
Oh, well, I don't deny that he's a great person then.
Oh, and back to
I don't
movie
really
quotes.
care for his acting except for maybe Captain Hammer. But
I was about to say,
that's
that hammers my penis.
I gotta say, that's not the epitome of great acting that I've ever seen.
Well, and I love
as much
him
as
in
I
Castle because he references his role in Firefly so much.
Really?
And I mean, the character he plays, Richard Castle, is this author. He basically, other than the fact that he's a crime-fighting author, he just plays himself.
Pretty much.
He gets up there and, like, nerds out about, like, steampunk, sci-fi, like, all sorts of different topics where it's like, these are stuff that the actor himself is actually interested in. So I love seeing that crossover and how he brings that to his characters and how he, like, nerdgasms, like, all the time. I also, as far as nerdy role models who are along the same lines, David Tennant, massive fanboy, loves sci-fi, loves nerdy things as well. So, and John Barrowman. I like John Barrowman. He's have you seen his husband? Oh.
No, I haven't.
I'll leave it to you too.
I actually haven't.
Boobs and titties.
I haven't. Boobs and titties. You're on your own on this one, sorry.
Yeah, his husband doesn't have either of those, but, yes.
What's the difference?
Between boobs and titties?
Okay.
Yeah, is there a difference?
Boobs! Titties!
Yeah, males
Boobs!
have titties.
Okay, that's fair.
Titties! That's not helping people
me
that
explain
are
this
listening
more.
to audio.
Yeah, it's a radio show.
Titties!
He pointed to his third nipple on
Okay,
that one, so if that helps.
basically it was like large hands, pointy hands.
But I
Large
think one
hands,
person
pointy hands.
who has done a lot for nerds is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
Yes,
He's
love
a badass.
Neil.
Not
He's a
only
badass.
just with Cosmos, but just in general. His entire life has been dedicated to science and trying to bridge the gap between the layman and the person who's actually an expert and saying everyone should be interested in science because it's all around you.
And you know, in pop culture, he's my favorite teacher.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not Miss Frizzle?
Fuck Miss Frizzle compared to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Did you even grow up with Miss Frizzle?
I did.
I feel like that's pre your time.
I in fact watched a lot of Magic School Bus in my time.
It's now on Netflix.
Is it really?
Fair enough.
Last time I saw it was on Netflix.
She was a time.
And that's proof because if you said Miss
She was
Frizzle and I go,
River
I didn't know it.
That's true.
That's from
That's true.
School-
That's fair.
School Bus. So
Did you ever watch Reading Rainbow?
occasionally, it was a PBS thing.
Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Yes, but when I was a child, Classic Who was PBS. So it was absolutely
Tony, you look
fabulous.
confused. How can we help you?
Dr. Who is brought to you by viewers
No,
like you.
I
Thank
was just glaring at you,
you.
John.
Right.
So where are we at?
We're
sitting
at
at 50
49
minutes.
minutes, 50 minutes.
So we got roughly 10 minutes left.
Okay. So,
Well, my morning role model was Markiplier. Okay, continue.
loves.
Do you want to do briefly a
expand on
Markiplier?
that.
Because, like, I just want to be him.
I
I want to get to the
Markiplier
point
too.
that, you know, all of my, like, I'm getting money thrown at me, so I can just sit there and play games and make this YouTube community where,
He's
you know,
absolutely
everyone-
one of the luckiest people.
I know, and then
ever.
he, like, does
but
all,
he
like,
deserves
charity
it.
and helps
I
people.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly believe.
you should explain to listeners his backstory.
So
Mark
he
Piper
went
was
from, he went through college and he went flip-flopping between jobs. He just didn't know what to do, and his life started falling apart. And then his father died in his arms from cancer, and he just got super depressed. And he's just like, I'm just going to start making YouTube videos, and that got him out of, you know, the shitty depression that he was in. And it just, his videos give people something to laugh about when they don't have anything to laugh about. And a lot of people have been like, hey, Mark, you don't know me at all, but you've saved my life. Even though you sit there and, like, just do funny video game videos.
It serves as a wonderful distraction.
Oh yeah, it serves as a wonderful distraction. And he's done all this charity and helped so many people. And he's just made this very tight-knit community on YouTube. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to be him. Oh my god.
And I absolutely think that, like, the YouTube videos thing, and even, like, this podcast, that serves as a great personal distraction. Because it's something
absolutely.
that I look forward to every Monday sitting here with you guys and recording. It's been 10 weeks of this. This is episode 10. We're in the double digits now.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Oh god! Right?
Whoa.
And I absolutely look forward to this every week. And usually, like, I will give up on something after 4 or 5 tries if it just doesn't go through. And this, honestly, we have 114 something likes on Facebook.
16
we don't get
subscribers
an
on
incredible 16 subscribers on YouTube. We don't get an incredible amount of likes, but I don't care. It's so much fun to just do this every week.
Oh yeah.
I love this.
And I hope that we get big enough that it's fun for all of our viewers. That they can just be like, new episode came out, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch it for like an hour and a half, even though in the beginning they're just like, this is only gonna be a half an hour episode. Like,
right, and fuck that.
and they just have so much fun and they just listen to us and just, yeah.
You were going to say something, Brendan?
I was just going to say to all of our listeners, viewers, and everyone like that, feel free to ever embrace something like this. Do your own podcast, do your own YouTube videos. Because personally, I'm one of those, I'm cynical about many things in life, especially the whole internet world and being internet famous, quote unquote. However, I have dealt with depression most of my life, and this is one of those things, like Edward says, like I actually look forward to actually being a part of, to participating with. And frankly, it has helped me over the last 10 weeks much more than a lot of things that I've had to deal with have.
And it's a great way to just express yourself at least semi-creatively.
Right.
And have something to, look forward to doing and keep yourself occupied and feeling like you're a part of something.
And it's a good distraction from the shit that's in the world.
It's a good distraction from the shit in the world. Speaking of which, let's talk about the shit in the world.
I don't know if that was a subject.
Oh, did I not forget to write that down?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
We have influential video games.
Influential video games?
Yeah, that's a word.
Something wishes? Traffic wishes.
Traffic wishes.
Elaborate, please.
No, okay, so when I'm in traffic, to stop myself from just getting angry and road raging, I'm just like, someone up there's dying from a zombie, and that's why there's traffic. Fingers crossed, and I'm like, I hope this has happened. I just want to see
hope
people
that the zombie
running
apocalypse.
past me with zombies, and I'd be like, okay, I'm okay with traffic now.
So I would say I'm like you in that sense, but for some reason, whenever there's traffic, the first thought I have is someone is fucking someone on the side of the road, butt-ass naked, in full view of everyone. And that's why everyone's slowing down. That is the first thought I have.
That'd be a valid reason to slow down.
I know,
though.
right? Especially if they're traffic.
Almost every time,
Or
though,
ship
it's like
right.
someone is just going slightly too slow, and so everyone else
Or
is going
it's
slower.
Or it's like, hey, this lane ends in 1,000 feet, and no one does it, and then everyone
Everyone
takes
does
the
it at the
last
last
fucking
minute.
second.
Yep.
It's like, if everyone was smarter, you wouldn't have fucking traffic.
Those bitches.
You literally would not have traffic.
Do we have another? We should try to lightning round some topics in the last.
Lightning round, yes.
Lightning round.
So influential video games.
I don't.
Was that my topic?
It was mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My mom and I came up with Pong, which made us both feel old, and Pac-Man.
Don't do it, by the way.
Loves me some
I
Pac-Man.
won't do it. I won't embarrass Tony. We can do like bonus content while I embarrass you. But I don't like it, but I'm going to say it. The first Halo.
I thought you liked the first day.
I love the first Halo.
Wasn't that like in 2005?
It was way back in the
It's
day.
like 1930s, man. Like,
1930.
Not quite.
Halo.
It defined for the first-person genre into what it is we know today.
Okay.
And it just helped bring very big production budgets into video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that trend would have continued throughout the series, but I'm not going to get on my soapbox about that. Just Halo itself is a very influential video game, I feel like.
I see your logic.
Influential video games. Yes.
it definitely has been influential with, like, setting up the theme for Microsoft and Xbox, because that's just their thing. Even though they've made, 10 of them? 7.
Stop counting.
Yeah.
I have a couple, because I guess you could consider Minecraft an influential
Oh,
video
yeah.
game, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just a new part of the new sandbox genre of everything being procedurally generated. No Man's Sky.
Oh my god!
Yes. But like, YouTube was what made Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
If YouTube was not there and people did not make YouTube videos of Minecraft, then there would be no Minecraft.
I think it also
wouldn't be as
opened
big
up
as it was
people's
today.
eyes to indie gamers.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I was just about to say that.
Absolutely, and that paved the way for that. And I think similarly, Portal did something
Yes.
like that, where
Yes.
because it's a comedic game and it's a first-person game, yet it's also a puzzle, and it combines all of the wonderful elements of all these different things, and just a very simple little game. And you don't have to worry about a fucking twitchy shooters like Call of Duty. And it involves thought, and it's really intelligent. And I appreciate that game so much that I feel like it kind of paved the way for this new genre of puzzles and intelligent things and not being an asshole in games. Did that make any sense? Because it makes sense in my head.
Sense.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was really big into Donkey Kong vs. Mario on Game Boy.
Okay.
I didn't
Where you had
play
to
that
climb the
game on
construction
Game Boy.
set?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Back on
original
the
Donkey
break.
Kong.
The
one?
original Donkey
Where you
DK.
didn't play the monkey?
Yes.
Yeah.
You played Mario.
And you were trying to save the
and he threw
princess.
barrels at you, and
You had to climb up ladders and dodge
Uh-huh.
hammers.
My first video. What was your first video? Oh, we already said this.
no,
We
I
already
don't
talked
think
about
first video game.
first video game. What was the first
No.
video game you ever played?
That was the first one I ever owned. Because I had to save up for the Game Boy. Video game consoles were not allowed into my house unless if the person saved up and paid for it themselves. And there were strict restrictions on it. However, when my dad started becoming obsessed with the PlayStation and the Dreamcast, yes, we had a Dreamcast.
I'm not judging.
I won it. I won it for selling the most raffle tickets. So I was like, all right, cool. My dad started making us disobey the rules that we had around our video games, and I think that's why I've always kind of been like not big into video games, is because every time it was like, oh my god, I have to go kill my dad 1,000 times in James Bond again.
GoldenEye.
Yes.
That game.
And it was ridiculous. He was obsessed with it, but he lost every time. No one understood why. Why he was so big into it, because he sucked so bad.
At least you could play your father in video games. And I tried to get my father to play Half-Life Decay. He stood there staring at the ceiling in the game.
I have
Yeah.
tried to get my dad to stop video gaming. Well,
I was lucky.
the last few years he has, since we had an original PlayStation, and once that broke down, that was the end.
I was lucky that my mom taught me how to play video games. My mom played video when my two older sisters were super little and my mom couldn't leave the house. She bought an NES, and she can beat to this day the original Super Mario without using warp points, and she knows
All right.
all of the little tips and tricks. And when my first video game had to have been Dr. Mario.
Nice.
With her, we would always play, and we still play it because we have it on my Wii Virtual Console, and so yeah, that was Dr. Mario holds a special place in my heart.
My mom and I played Pong in Buffalo. That was good times.
I think the first one I remember was Pod Racers on the N64.
Oh my god, we had that game?
Yeah.
Oh
And I
god.
played it I played the fuck out of that game. Like, that was my shit.
Must have been some
On
fuck in that video
N64.
game.
But I think my childhood, which if DICE fucks it up, I will rip them a new asshole. I will rip out their intestines so they have a tail. was Star Wars Battlefront.
That was a visual.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be good.
But speaking about what you said with our father, I think there's an age cutoff point of if you can handle two analog sticks at once. And if you're just 1 year over that, you can't fucking do it.
Yeah, there used to be a video game, I think it was on Super Nintendo. It was a side-scrolling space shooter where you just moved up and down.
Supernova?
Yes!
Yep.
And he played
He
that.
played it. He loved that
game.
He did. That game was hard as fuck.
That game is hard as fuck. Yeah, we're getting to the end.
We just hit an hour.
Oh, excellent.
Cut it off now.
My first game that I remember was the original Mario on Game Boy.
Was it Super Mario or Super Mario World? Because it's the one with like little blocks are like kind of more round than usual, and
it was black and white.
it was black and white, and you had to like
most of our games were,
Yes.
man.
accumulate all of these little symbols to go around a big door, and then go through the big door, and that was like Bowser's Castle, and then you won. That was Mario World.
I don't think it was that.
Now the main theme is like playing in my head, and I'm like, oh, nostalgia.
I just thought of I can't say that word. Influential
Pokemon
video
Snap.
game.
I agree with you completely. I love that game.
Fucking game was great.
Original Pokemon.
Yes.
Pokemon Red. I stole that from a friend
Yes.
and never gave it back. That asshole.
I think the first Commander Conquer in that
Defined
series
RTS.
opened up RTS gaming.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I fucking love RTSs, and I think it just exploded from that. Because people were like, "Oh, this is really cool. Let's continue to do this thing."
Okay.
That's a big.
That's
genre
my
to
short
like.
little tidbit. We'll have that as a mini episode. It'll be like 10 seconds long.
Cool.
It'll be fucking amazing.
I
All right, you can
remember
organize that
somebody
one.
who I played Pokemon with a lot, and his name was brought up not too long ago with my dad and I because he played on my soccer team. So I was writing down what I think his name might be to try and look up.
Well, anyways, thank you for joining us for that warm and heartfelt 10th episode of The Nerd Word, where we talked about ninjas once, maybe, kind of.
Not even.
Not even. We should, like, actually think of an N-word that we actually talk about in the actual episode, actually.
Nipples.
That's fair.
We've
To
talked
be
about
fair,
nipples before.
narcissism. That was right after we took pictures of ourselves.
Oh, and we had neurosis for Everyone is John.
Yeah.
All right, so it kind of fits.
Okay.
We'll try and do that more, I guess, maybe.
I'm a ninja.
Awesome. He's a ninja, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you
Though
for
I have
sticking
been
with
accused
us
as a butt
through
pirate often.
This whole 1 hour and 2 minute episode. If you want to give us a comment or a like or all the things,
Or an email.
please do, or an email.
Still waiting for
Those
that
are
first
all
one.
much.
Yeah. We want to
appreciated.
answer your questions, please.
Yes.
We
provide
want
us
shit
with
to talk
questions.
about because
Yeah.
coming
Yes,
up with it ourselves is really annoying. No, I'm just kidding. But that is it for today. Thank you all for listening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Au revoir.
I don't know how to stop this.
Oh, you hit the stop button.
Okay, that's
Hit the stop button.
okay. 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 That's
Hit the stop button.
okay.